I just want to say we're so passionate about classic movies. We're going to expand the conversation.
You can see the passion that's in this room.
It's thrilling to the core.
Put a new spin on some vintage films.
It's classic movies and more.
Hi, I'm Rob Madaska, and as always, I'm joined by
Robert Madaska III.
And we're here for June 2017 Svengoolie preview. Although we're only going to be previewing 3 of the movies because one's already aired, Bride of Frankenstein, which aired last week. But this week, what's going to air?
The Mummy's Tomb.
Absolutely. So let's go through the lineup, all right, real quick. June 3rd, Bride of Frankenstein, which was basically last week for us. June 10th, The Mummy's Tomb. June 17th, The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, which is again being shown. And June 24th, This Island Earth, which we've seen already, all right? So a lot of repeats, all right, but a couple of Universal. So Bride of Frankenstein was last week, 1935, as directed by James Whale. Boris Karloff, okay, Elsa Lanchester, Colin Klein, Valerie Hobson. It goes on and on as far as like there. It's considered to be one of the best sequels of all time. All right, that was the trailer for Bride of Frankenstein. Again, considered to be one of the best sequels. My question to you is, do you think it's the best sequel of all time?
Probably one of the best.
I want to know, is it the best, yes or no?
No.
No? What do you think's better?
I don't know. It might be the best.
All right, I don't think it is. And I'll give you my reasoning. I think Karloff is awesome in Frankenstein. Just a little bit below Bride of Frankenstein than he was in the original Frankenstein. The makeup, I think, is better in Bride of Frankenstein. He looks awesome. I mean, when you see all the figures, that's my favorite figure. That's to me what Frankenstein is. The scene where he breaks out of the dungeon chair, that's awesome. The hermit scene, all these things are awesome. Even the ending scene, as far as like his ability to play emotion with Frankenstein, is great. But I don't like the campiness. And campiness, I mean like the comedy with Una O'Connor and Ernest Thesiger. He's just weird, but it's just not the same as Frankenstein to me, which was strict out a horror monster movie. The campiness for me, it's alright, but it's just a little bit too much over the top. That's why I still think Frankenstein is better than Bride of Frankenstein. People say Bride is better than the original Frankenstein. Do you think it's better than the original?
No.
No, definitely. I mean, I think we're united in the fact that we prefer the original Frankenstein as opposed to Bride of Frankenstein. It's not to say it's not great, but we just like the original better, right?
Mhm.
Okay, that was Bride of Frankenstein, and that was on June 3rd. June 10th, coming up for us, that's tomorrow, The Mummy's Tomb, which we've seen has been on, I believe it was on Svengoolie, all right, maybe a couple of years ago or so. 1942, Universal, all right, again, the high priest travels to America with a living mummy to kill those who had desecrated the tomb of an Egyptian princess 30 years earlier. Directed by Harold Young, stars a grade up Dick Foran, all right, I like Dick Foran. George Zucco again, he's really old in this. Wallace Ford, all right, again, he's great up for this. The newer guys is John Hubbard, Ilsa Knox, all right, and Turhan Bey, who just recently passed away just a few years ago. These guys are in it, and this is 1942. This is the third in the series of the Mummies sequels, The Mummy, Mummy's Hand, and then The Mummy's Tomb. This one, so this is number 3. All right, you saw the trailer, all right, Mummy's Tomb, the third in the line. What do you think of The Mummy's Tomb?
It's going to be good.
Well, you've seen it before.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of it?
It's filmed good, like, at different scenes, it goes on different angles. It, like, doesn't always go straight up. Sometimes it goes this way, diagonal, or sometimes even vertical.
That was good. All right, Mummy's Tomb, 1942. I can't top that. All right, next third, June 17th, The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, shown just a little bit before. All right, like last year, about a year ago or so, a little bit. It's a TV movie, 1973. I remember this being on. Right, we had just started doing these a little over a year ago. 1973, Ricky, whose parents are divorced, goes to spend the weekend with his father at a secluded mountain cabin. Because everybody, if there's going to be a cabin, it's always secluded. It's never near anybody. During a moonlit hike, all right, they are attacked in the darkness by a creature that he recognizes as a werewolf, and so hence becomes a werewolf. All right, director Nathan Jurin. All right, stars Kerwin Matthews. I love the name Kerwin. All right, our buddy Kerwin. Shout out to Kerwin. Elaine DeVry, Scott Seeley. I think he's a seal. Okay. Robert Wilkie, Susan Foster, etc., etc., etc. Loretta Temple. I think the sister of Shirley Temple, if I'm not mistaken. All right. 1973, Boy Who Cried Werewolf. We saw a little bit of it before. Ow. So a little bit of it before. What'd you think of it?
I've actually never seen it.
You fell asleep?
Mm-hmm.
I think he did fall asleep. It was alright. It's a TV movie. It's something different. So if you've never seen it before, it makes the Bride of Frankenstein look not campy. Alright? The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, 1973. Something unique. Did that not define campy? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, June 24th. This Island Earth, which again was on about a year ago. Alright, so a couple of repeats coming up. Sci-fi movie. Alright, you saw this one. We watched this actually down here. We watched this, remember?
Yeah.
Alright. Director Joseph M. Newman. Newman? Alright, stars Jeff Morrow, Faith Dominirk, and Rex Reason, whose brother was in King Kong Escapes. Remember that dude?
Yeah.
King Kong Escapes? Kong! That voice. The voice would drive you crazy. Lance Fuller, Russell Johnson. This is before, and we talked about this last time, this is before Gilligan's Island. Have you seen Gilligan's Island?
No.
It's a 3-hour tour. Alright, that's all I'm saying. Alright? It's a 3-hour tour. Aliens come to Earth seeking scientists to help them in their war. That's definitely a unique perspective. But, some decent special effects. Again, it's very campy June, but it is June, and if you're gonna go camping, that's one of the months to do it in June. It's nice and warm, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this Island Earth. So to recap: Bride of Frankenstein, June 3rd. The Mummy's Tomb, June 10th. June 17th, The Boy Who Cried, Werewolf, and finally June 24th, This Island Earth. Couple of repeats, but again, nice, cool summer to go check some stuff out. Good movies. For Rob Madaska, this has been
Robert Madaska III.
For classic movies and more. This has been our Svengoolie preview, June 2017. We'll see you next month for July, right?
Yeah.